Hiya, happy 1st of August and welcome to another writing vlog. As you can see from my background, I am not at my usual location. I am currently in Spain, visiting my parents for 2 weeks. This is gonna mean two things for us: weird background water sounds and other miscellaneous noise in the background of all my videos, and a lot of free time to work on my book. Overall, not a bad trade-off. I did get here the day before yesterday, so I've actually been writing for the last couple of days and just working on the last important parts of Act 2 that I wanted to fix. And I told myself I wasn't going to do anything on Acts 1 and 2 this month. I did cheat and do an hour this morning before filming this, but we don't need to talk about that. But this month I really want to prioritize just going through Act 3. It is a massive mess. It is so rushed and unpolished compared to the other 2 acts. And the fact that I have a whole 2 weeks of holidays is really going to help. I really want to use this time for those very rough chapters instead of continuing to perfect Acts 1 and 2. So anything that I haven't done on Acts 1 and 2 is a future me problem because we're doing Act 3 at the moment. And in case you've been following along with my previous revision vlogs, I should warn you that I am completely changing my approach for how I'm tackling Act 3. I am no longer going to be jumping around between things. Act 3 is a lot less polished and needs a lot more work, but at the same time I feel like the structure and ordering of the chapters is a lot better. I don't think there's anything missing other than the chapters that I literally skipped, but there's nothing missing that I don't know where it goes. So what this means is a lot of the problems that I currently have on the list of items to fix are just like, oh, this chapter is missing, this scene is missing, or this needs a bit more world building, or things like that. But there's nothing like super specific where I feel like that approach of jumping around between things would be beneficial. I think in this case, going through the whole act chronologically is actually going to be a lot better just because of how much of a mess it is. So that's what we're doing. I was going to tell you how many chapters that is, and I forgot. One moment. Okay, so we're actually starting from chapter 40, and there's 60 chapters total, except there's actually one that's not on the outline, so there's 21 chapters to go through, 2.5 of which I need to write from scratch. That is quite a lot of work, and ideally I want to do all of that this month, so better get started, I guess. I am currently working on what I'm calling chapter 46.5 because I cannot be bothered changing all the chapter names on all of my different files, so this is what we're going with. And this is of course one of the new chapters that I am inserting. It is Wednesday at the minute, so on Sunday I actually managed to go through chapters 40 to 46, which didn't take very long. The first third of Act 3 is actually kind of polished and decent. It's only later on that we go into the massive mess. And it didn't need that much work, there were just a couple of little continuity errors that I needed to fix. But chapter 46.5 is the first chapter that I'm writing from scratch. As usual, when changing into drafting mode after I've been revising for a long time, it just gets a little bit intimidating, but I think it's been going pretty well. It's fun. I think this is because the first time round when I was writing this, I felt like it was too much of a distraction from the main storyline, so I didn't want to work on this part of the story, just because it's the one POV that isn't with the other 3 POVs, and it felt a little disjointed at the time, even though it's still part of the same story and comes together at the end. But now that I'm revisiting that storyline a little bit, it's basically the final piece of the puzzle. It's the last couple of chapters that I need to brainstorm from scratch and then I need to actually write from scratch. It's just been really fun. Like, I've just been really enjoying working on this now that the main storyline is finished and I get to just focus down on this one. And I've already started brainstorming for chapter, I'm not actually sure which chapter it's gonna be, but at some point I gotta insert another chapter from this same storyline, and I've brainstormed that at the same time, just so I've gotta sort of figure out what I'm doing with this. And I'm just really excited for it. It's been really fun writing it. So I've been working on that chapter on Monday, Tuesday, and today. and it still needs work. I'm not finishing it anytime soon, I don't think, but I still feel like I've been making quite good progress on it. It makes a big difference that I'm on holidays, and even if I'm only really working on writing for 2 hours a day because I want to prioritize spending time with my family, the fact that I'm not also working, like my entire brain power goes into writing for 2 hours and then I can relax for the rest of the day, and it's just been so nice and I'm having so much fun. Tomorrow we're actually going on a bit of day trip, so I don't know how much time I'll have for writing, but we're going to this faraway sort of off the beaten path rocky beach in the middle of nowhere, and there's a fish restaurant near it that we really like, and I'm gonna bring my watercolors and maybe do a little bit of painting if the weather's nice, and I'm just really looking forward to it. And in the meantime, I will continue working on this chapter and hopefully finish it at some point. So I went to the hairdressers and I feel like it's a little bit shorter than I was intending for it to be. I don't hate it though. I think it's like extra puffy because of the product I used as well. I think it'll get less puffy once it's normal. Anyway, I finished the chapter I was working on, the one of the 2.5 chapters that I need to write from scratch. And I've also gone through the 2 chapters after that, which I think means that I'm on chapter 49 at the minute. Which is honestly insane because it's Friday today, so I've been here for just under a week and we're very nearly halfway there. But also bear in mind that the first half of Act 3 was a lot more polished than the second half of Act 3, so we're gonna be slowing down fairly soon, but I kind of feel like I might be able to finish it while I'm still in Spain. I mean, I've got another week left, so maybe? I don't know, it'd be really great if I could, but also I do have the entirety of August to finish it if I don't, but I will be slowing down a lot when I get back to England, so I'm excited to keep this going and keep working on this for multiple hours a day, and it's just been really fun to have so much brain space to dedicate to this project, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I am a little scared about the chapters that I've got coming up, like from the chapter that I'm going into next is where I started not being as polished, so it feels a little bit intimidating. I don't know exactly how much work I'm gonna have to do on each of those chapters, but I'm hoping some of them are okay, and then others are a complete disaster, and then others are missing. But I guess we'll find out. I feel like this framing makes it look like I'm not wearing anything. I promise I am in fact wearing clothes. Really, I just need to be a little bit taller to film in this position, but that's just the height of the shelf, I'm afraid, so that's what we're doing. I am currently working on chapter 53, which is really exciting. I have been slowing down quite a lot. Like, I've been doing, I think, around 3 hours a day on average, and even then I can just about do 1 chapter per day. Chapter 53 I've actually been working on for multiple days at this point, and I do feel like it's almost there now. I might still need some more time this evening on it, and maybe tomorrow. I actually ended up doing like a bunch of research this morning because apparently draft 4 is when I actually start researching things that, you know, should have been part of my prep work. I did figure out how to make certain things work, but I just left a gap. And I also figured out some stuff for future books, which is always exciting. I feel like every time I sit down to do some research, I solve problems for future books, which is good. It makes me feel a lot more calm about working on future books soon. But yeah, other than that, I also wanted to let you know that we're doing another day trip today, and I'm super excited. This one is less off the beaten path than the last place we went to. It's a lot closer, but it's also a lot more busy. It is also gonna be a fancy stone beach. I don't think we're staying for lunch this time. It's just gonna be like a full morning sort of thing. And last time it was really windy, so I didn't get to do any painting because that would not have gone well. It was just wind and sand everywhere. I'm really hoping that it's gonna be better this time. It is quite sunny, so I am gonna be taking my watercolors along, and I really hope I can do a little bit of painting. it is the 10th of August, it is Wednesday, which means that I have 3 days left before my holiday ends, and I am currently very stuck. I have been working on chapter 54.5, but it's been going really slowly. I really don't know what to write. I've managed to get about the first third of just setting the scene, and like, I do know what I want to happen at the end. I'm just struggling with how to get there. This morning I was actually so tired, I decided to just skip ahead to chapter 55 because it's a lot easier. It's more of that character that needs a bunch more research for his arc, so I was doing a bunch of research for his arc, and even though that's also going very slowly, it's a lot more fun and interesting, so I'm enjoying that one a lot more. But I do need to write the missing chapter. I am not allowed to just skip it this time because my friends are gonna read the book when I'm done, and I need to not have missing chapters at this point. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do very much work on this today, and tomorrow we're going to that stone beach again. And then on Friday I also have some plans with friends, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this by the end of the week anymore, even though I was really hoping I would, but we're going to try. The way that I'm justifying to myself that I'm working on the next chapter and I've skipped the one I'm stuck on is because it has so much research in it, which means I won't be able to work on it on my flight on Saturday, whereas the one I'm stuck on, I can work on my flight on Saturday. So that's my excuse, but I would ideally have liked to finish both of these chapters before my flight. I am just about to go for lunch at my grandma's, and then I think we're going to the beach afterwards, so I gotta go get ready for that, but hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of work in the evening on this, and if not, it's just gonna be a problem for when I'm back in England at this rate, but we'll see what happens. Hello, as you can see from the background and the slightly lesser amount of echo, we are back in England. I haven't updated you on how my writing has been going in a while because I haven't been doing any writing in a while. I was still working on those 2 chapters during my last few days in Spain, and then on Saturday I managed to fall asleep during my flight and not do any writing whatsoever. And now I've been back in England for almost a week, but of course I'm an adult with jobs and responsibilities, so I haven't really touched my book while being here yet. I've been getting back into having to stare at my desk for 8 hours a day and then like wanting to do stuff afterwards, but like compared to when I was in Spain and I was outside all day, it's just a bit of a drastic change, so I gotta get adjusted to that again. And I feel like we're slowly getting there. Yesterday I managed to open my document and look at it for half an hour, so progress. Unfortunately, thanks to my self-assigned deadlines that I want to accomplish before NaNoWriMo, I can't afford to spend a really long time readjusting. It is Friday today though, and I would really like to finish Act 3 by the end of the week. So I am going to challenge myself to doing a 10-hour work weekend, which I guess is sort of an equivalent to a 10k writing challenge, but there's also some logic behind this. I have 5 chapters left plus the epilogue, and there's the 2 chapters that I'm working on now that I've been stuck on for the entire week. I have been basically working on one, getting stuck, working on the other, getting stuck, going back to the other one, and just sort of alternating. And both of them are about halfway done, I think, and I am currently stuck with both of them. I reckon I can probably finish them in about 3 hours each if I put my mind to it. And then on top of those, I've got another 3 chapters plus the epilogue, so if I spend 1 hour on each of those, That's 10 hours, which means that if I spend 10 hours working on my book this weekend, I should be able to finish it by Sunday. Not like finish, just like finish Act 3 during this pass and then go back to the beginning and then do a whole pass through again, but finish for now. So yeah, I've got 2 days and a little bit of an evening to do 10 hours of work on this and try and finish my book. And it is more than 1 chapter per day on average, so I'm not sure. It is a lot, but I think we can do it, so wish me luck. It's currently 7:30 on Sunday and I have not finished going through Act 3 yet. I still have 2 chapters left plus the epilogue. What I have done is I have spent the past hour planning out a romantic subplot between 2 characters for books 2 and 3, so clearly this is going great. I am really tired, but I told myself I wanted to finish this book today and I still think I can. The 2 chapters I have left are very short, so I'm really hoping I can still do this, even though I'm falling asleep a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. So the good news is that I did actually manage to finish all the chapters on Sunday. The bad news is that I finished so late in the day and I was so tired that I didn't film an outro, and it is now a week later. I don't think there was much to say other than the fact that I already finished it. If I did have anything else to say, I've forgotten it by now, so that's all the outro you're getting, I'm afraid. I'm actually just about to film the intro for the next vlog, which will be my prepping for Peter reading vlog, so keep an eye out for that. I am super excited to get started with that one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.